Hi, you're watching HSN, and I'm Suzanne Runyon, and I hope you're having an awesome, awesome evening or morning, according to where you live. What are we doing this hour? We're actually going to go into coins, and you're like, coins? Like if you're channel surfing? Yeah, we've been doing it for a couple of decades now. We are one of the leading coin dealers in the world. Isn't that kind of crazy? And we have a super cool show lined up for you. This one is one of the best stories ever, and right now it is probably one of the most sought after collectibles in the coin world. And here's what it is, because it's amazing. Like anything, when you can get the very first of a true collectible, it's just it. I mean, that's the thing you want. And we literally launched these just a couple days ago, and we've just got a handful in tonight's show. This is the very first coin that's been colorized ever by the US Mint. Okay, the Mint makes billions and billions and billions of coins, right? They've never done a colorized. And there's such a cool story behind it. I will warn you though, last time we had a colorized coin, this exact coin on the air, it sold out in the show we launched it in. So again, Mike Mizek's gonna be joining me. He is one of the world's renowned coin collectors. He will explain why this is so cool, why it's so rare, and why it is so wildly unique. But I wanted to give you guys a heads up, especially if you're our regular customers and you love watching the show, and you might have missed out on that first colorized coin we did, the original one we did a couple of weeks ago. Just want to let you know that one's coming up in this show. But first and foremost, we're going to get started, and to do this show, I cannot do it unless Mike Mizek joins me. And he has been with us for many, many years, and he is truly one of the world's leading coin dealers and coin experts. And he brings us these really cool stories and great little hidden finds and some really unique items each and every time he's with us. I also call him our favorite coin geek. Mike Mizek, are you there?
I think so.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear from you. Welcome back.
Well, thank you very much. It's good to be back.
I'm glad you snuck in a few more of those colored coins.
Not too many.
Yeah.
The problem is because, you know, they're the first day of issue, the courtside release, the quantities on that extraordinarily limited. Of course, we'll give you a full presentation here in a little bit.
Yeah, but you guys got a head start. I wanted to preview that. All right, this first one, speaking of limited, I literally have 20 of these left, Mike, and that's it. And this we launched a couple of days ago. Tell us just very quickly about it, because I do not have a lot.
Well, it's really cool. The Australian Mint. You know, we do the American Eagle, right? Well, obviously, the Australian Mint does the koala. I think that's, you know, fairly reasonable to assume that. So they do the regular koala, and they've done it for years and years and years. But this is a special release. This is an infused high relief koala that they did. So their normal silver eagle, you know, is going to have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands, millions of those that they're going to make. This coin, they only did 5,000. The vast majority of which were sold in, of course, Australia. We got our hands on a tiny quantity. As you can see, we have first day issue, certified absolutely perfect. We have 100 coins. We aired it for a couple of minutes, I think, about a week or so ago, when we first debuted this a couple of days ago. We're down to 20, so this will be the very last look at this. And if you look at that, I don't know if you can kind of turn that coin sideways just a little bit, Suzanne, so that they can really get the depth of field. When we talk about incuse, it's kind of the way it is it's curved in essence. It's at an angle because the relief is so high, there's no other way for you to show the coin. That's perfect right there that you're going to see. So that the koala just jumps up off of the, kind of off of that by it being and the high relief is the things around it. It's incuse. That means the koala is in essence stamped into the coin, which is extraordinarily rare, very, very technically difficult for you to be able to do that, and they can only do that with that curved or concave coin that you see there. Very unique in terms of the technology used to make it, extremely limited, of course, and done in the beautiful, it looks like a proof condition because it is, proof 70 perfect, and there's only 100 of those coins in first day of issue for the entire United States market that we have exclusively.
And guys, it's almost gone, so we're going to wrap up on that one and move on because we're going to sell it out. All right, guys, I want to tell you about our Hsn Credit Card. It's an awesome way to be able to shop with us. What I like about it is if you order something, the first thing you order, you place an order, and you buy something from us, we're gonna give you $10 off. I don't think that's the best we've ever done. In fact, I know it's not. But what's really great about having the card is all the VIP access you get to a lot of goodies. Most of it, guys, we don't get to talk about on the air. So if you would like to get all the details, you can go to hsn.com. All right, moving on. Now we have a satin finish for Annex. Perfect Silver Eagle, the most collected bullion in the world is this coin you're seeing right here, graded SP70, and you do get the little wooden box. And also the wooden box comes with the Australian coin you just saw. Mike, why did you include this one in our collection tonight?
Well, I think this is in so many ways it's just kind of the coin for 2020. I mean, the American Silver Eagle is certainly the design of 2020, and that became fairly evident at the end of last year when the United States government announced that they were changing the design of the American Silver Eagle in 2021. That automatically makes this year, the last year, the legacy coin, the transition coin, call it what you will, and of course demand on this absolutely skyrocketed. I mean, I've been doing this, as you mentioned earlier, for literally decades now on HSN. The 2020 Silver Eagle is by far and away, it's not even close, the best-selling Silver Eagle that we've ever sold, here on HSN. It's not even close because of the design change. I mean, when President Ronald Reagan signed the Liberty Coin Act into law in 1985, and they started making it in 86, this is the way the American Silver Eagles look for all of those years. Well, next year in 2020, that is going to change. That reverse design is going to be, I guess, updated 35 years after the fact. So because of that, the demand for the 2020 Eagle's been to the moon. Now, that's the regular coin, the mint state coin, the coin they're going to make 40 million of, 50 million of. The other coin that's been so incredibly popular, of course, is the proof coin from the United States government for 2020. It was sold out for 6 months, absolutely unprecedented demand. Now add in the fact that, given the current events of our time, because of COVID, the United States Mint had to shut down. The San Francisco Mint was shut down for 6 weeks. The West Point Mint was shut down for a couple weeks. They're working on very reduced staff. So you've got this year that is the year in American coin collecting, particularly for the Silver Eagle, and there's just not enough quantity available, and then this coin comes along. This was only released about 6 weeks ago, I guess, and this is the Burnished Coin. So this is the special collector uncirculated version. The way you tell this, the difference between the other mint state coin is the W or the West Point Mint mark that's on the reverse of the coin, just over there by the eagle. And that West Point Mint, when you see that West Point Mint, that you know is the Burnished Coin. And what that does is that denotes the rarest and most desirable coin of 2020, and it's not even close. Because here's what's happened. Like, so with all this reduced stock, the United States Mint still must try to produce as best they can. They've got to produce the mint state, the regular issue Silver Eagles to demand. And they're 10 million, 5 million, 10 million, 15 million, who knows how many millions of coins they are behind on that. They have been bringing huge premiums in the marketplace, and they're going to make millions, tens of millions of those coins. But the demand is insatiable in the marketplace right now. Add in then the fact that the price of silver has well more than doubled within the year, and now you've got almost panic buying with this. The problem is you can't really panic buy this coin because there's just not enough of them. So when they released the Burnished Coin, they released it in June of this year. When they release the Burnished Coin, usually they release it, they sell it for the rest of the year, and then they'll sell it out in 2021. It's sold out in an hour from the United States.
No kidding. Wow.
The original release sold out in an hour from the United States government. So here's what you've got ultimately, and what this coin is truly, truly, truly all about. 2020 is the most collectible Silver Eagle ever. Demand is at unprecedented levels. I've never seen demand at this thing. The rarest Silver Eagle of 2020, and it's not even going to be close in terms of the annual issue, is this coin. As a matter of fact, as we sit here now and we look at the mintage figures because of the reduced capacity of the United States government, it's not only the rarest Silver Eagle of 2020, it currently stands in annual issue silver eagles as the rarest silver eagle ever made by the United States government since 1986 in terms of proof, mint state, or burnished.
Right.
I mean, so it's not just rare for this year, it is so phenomenally rare for the entire series. For us to be able to get these is truly spectacular, and when we get them, we're going to basically sell through every single solitary one of them.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. And here's something interesting: is this whole collectible story is gotten, it's completely on fire again, because you always want the last of something and the first of something. So if you get this tonight, you're getting the last of this design, which again, that's why they're having such a horrible time keeping up with demand, because everybody wants this because it's the last. I'll tell you exactly where to get the first of the new one. That'll be on New Year's Eve with Mike and I here. If you join us on midnight, New Year's Eve, you'll be able to get the first of the new most collectible coin in the world, right? Most collectible bullion. So you want the last and you want the first. So those bookends is such an important story. And again, trust me, whatever Mike brings us in terms of this American Silver Eagle, they will all sell out. They will all be gone because the demand is so high. In fact, stay with us because we have what's called an emergency coin coming up later on that ties back into this exact same story. So, and they rarely do emergency coins, but it's because of how unique this coin is. Then you add the uniqueness of just this crazy year on top of it, which has made this so wildly successful. And again, we are your place because here's the scoop. If you get it from us, you have 30 days. You can check out the story. You can make sure you love it. If you don't, you can send it back. We give you a full refund. The problem is if you don't get it from us, and maybe you get it from a dealer, if you were to take it back in 30 days, trust me, he wants to make a profit on the fact you want to return it. He will not give you all your money back. There's no way, right? So you want to shop with us because you can be guaranteed that we're going to stand behind it. And again, Mike's been here for a long time. We're talking about money. You know, we've got to be very exacting about this when it comes to talking about money. And we do indeed, because Mike has such a solid reputation. Mike, is there a little bit more information you want to share with us before we wrap it up?
More information. I mean, first of all, you have the Red Oak presentation box that goes with this. That Red Oak presentation box is, I think, a $24.95 value. I mean, good luck finding something else to put your coins in. So we've always, it's an important coin. That's why we're putting it in here. The other thing that comes in now, you have to start looking at what's going on in the coin industry. You've got to look at the timeline of what's happening. Okay, we're in September right now. Okay? By October, so literally probably 2 to 4 weeks from now, the United States Mint shuts down production of 2020 Silver Eagles and starts producing 2021. So as short as the supply is right now, it is going to get crazy tight by the end of the year. And then who knows what silver is going to be doing? Will it continue to go up? We have no idea about that. It's more than doubled. So now demand, and so that starts pushing on the coin right here that there's just not enough coins, and in this being the rarest of all of those coins. That's the key to that. This is the rarest of all the 2020 Silver Eagles, and as it stands, it's the rarest of all of the annual issue of Silver Eagles made by the United States government. Now, if the government makes a few more, it might end up being the second rarest of all time, but given that it's the last year. Now, that's demand for this coin today. Now let's fast forward to 2021. For the millions and tens of millions of people that haven't heard about the Silver Eagle, it is going to get monster press, the new design. I mean, in the mainstream press. And then people are going to want, and then they're going to want to back collect and collect the 2020 coin. All the people that aren't coin collectors are going to become coin collectors when they hear about this. And so this coin, the demand on this, while it's absolutely supersonic right now, today, as we speak, as we stand here, I think this is one of those instances where the demand for this coin, particularly the mint state coin, of which they're going to make 40 or 50 million. And understand, so you have the regular mint state coin. This coin is going to be somewhere on the order of, I don't know, 500 times rarer, okay? Wow. 300 times to 500 100 times rarer. And the regular mint state coin, when I have it in stock, is $129. This coin is just a little bit more, and understand the United States government charges triple for this coin. This is not a bullion coin. This is a collector coin. The United States Mint raised all of their prices this year between 10 and 20% across the board to reflect the new silver prices and everything else. So now you've got this coin that everybody wants, that everybody's demanding, that everybody needs in their collection, this transition coin, this legacy coin. The most popularly collected U.S. coin, of course, is the Silver Eagle. Well, this year with the design change, the king is dead. And then next year with the new design, long live the king.
Exactly right. Well, and again, to your point though, Mike, what's going to happen is, you're right. Everybody who watches the show or is in the numismatic world, they all know that's why we just can't keep any of this stuff in stock. Everybody's buying them. They know it's a really big deal. But then all of a sudden, the rest of everybody who doesn't watch the show is going to go, oh, wait a minute, what are they talking about? Okay, that's a big, and they're going to learn about it. It's going to hit the mainstream information and media, pretty soon. And then all of a sudden, you're right, everyone's gonna scramble and go backwards. You guys, you want the last and you want the first, right? If you can have the first and the last, that's good. But if you missed out on the first, that's okay. You can now get the last and the first. And that bookend, those are two very unique coins to own. We're selling the last right now. The first will be on New Year's Eve. And you know what, Mike, I hope we're prepared for that. Because come to think of it, we sell out every year. Mike and I always, I love it. We get to do New Year's Eve and we launch the new American Silver Eagle into the new year. This new year one is going to be insane, simply because it is a brand new design. That is a really big deal. But right now you're getting the last one. And that is so fascinating. And it's a unique opportunity. And Mike, I can't tell you how many times, even over the last 15 years we've worked together, where I go, daggone, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. You know what I mean? Like, there's been some coins that you have sold over the years that are now worth thousands and thousands of dollars. And we can't ever assume what the price of this will be down the road. But I have had those moments where I thought, I should have really listened to Mike when he said that.
I'd like to think I know at least a modicum of information regarding the coin industry.
Yes, sir.
Given that it's my only discernible skill. And with this, we're following this. And I've seen demand, and I'm not just talking about at the collector level. I'm talking about the dealer level. I'm talking about the wholesale level, everybody. So when I sell this coin tonight, I'll have dealer friends of mine call tomorrow. Hey, can you sell me 20 or 30? And I go, yeah, you just call the 800 number at the bottom of your screen there. Because,
right.
We just sell these in. We sell these in exclusively to HSN. That's kind of the whole point when it comes down to this NXS. And the SP stands for that special finish. It's critical for you to understand what this coin is. It's critical for you to understand the collectability of this coin. Now, like you said, fast forward, all of a sudden, everybody's going to want the coin next year. Then they're going to want to back collect. They're going to get the other coin. So we normally sell, what we normally sell on our New Year's Eve day. We're anticipating volume between 200 and 300% higher this year.
Yes.
I mean, that's what we're trying to do. We have at this time already reserved about $20 million worth of the new Silver Eagles.
Seriously?
We are reserving quantity at whatever level the distributors will allow us.
Oh my gosh!
So they said, and there's only 10 distributors, authorized purchasers in the United States. The government doesn't sell Mint State Eagles to the general public, and they said, we'll let you buy $2 million worth. We'll take them. We'll let you buy $3 million. We'll take them. Okay, we'll let you buy $4 million. We'll take them. And so that's for next year. So understand, this coin right now is incredibly hot, incredibly collectible, incredibly desirable, the rarest of the rare, the rarest of all the 2020 Silver Eagles is going to be this coin right here. So out of this entire plethora of 2020 Silver Eagles with the demand through the roof, this is the coin to own within that.
And I know we're busy for it too, so guys, stay on the line for that. We're just gonna get busy on this next coin because it's a first. Also, because of this crazy story and the whole COVID thing, we have what's called an emergency coin coming up. You gotta wait and hear that story too, because it's really fascinating what's happened this year. And everybody, including Mike, knew once they had heard about that change happening, that last coin was gonna be a big deal. Add COVID and all the craziness that added to that, and then it makes it an even bigger and more important story. But this is a really, really big story, and I'm super excited because Mike and I were on a couple days ago, and we had, and this is it, it's the very first time the U.S. Mint has ever done a colorized coin. First time. Remember we said first are really important in coin collecting, well, really in any collecting, but this is huge. And so we had Mike on one of these, and it sold out in our show. We literally launched it, and it sold out all in the same hour. Let's get into this story, because I was actually thrilled to see that you had another version of this coming in.
No, this is the same version. It's a quantity issue. We finally, if you remember, we didn't even have a sample.
No, oh, you're right. Yeah, we were showing you guys. Oh, that's so funny. You're right. We were showing it online because there wasn't even a sample in the studio. So you guys were able to get more quantity from a couple days ago.
Not necessarily more quantity. We finally got all the coins. We just had a few graded. We didn't want to over promise. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, gotcha.
In terms
Okay.
of the available quantity.
Yeah.
Because all we had was a picture.
we literally sold it off a picture online.
Right. That's all we had.
I'm even more excited to see it in person, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. And so we've got this, and it's and like I said, this is very exclusive to us, as you can see. So what you have, or you're going to have right here, we have the Basketball Hall of Fame, a first official colorized United States coin, August 28th, first day edition, that you're going to have right this, Naismith Private Collection, all exclusive, Basketball Hall of Fame exclusive. We partnered with the Basketball Hall of Fame and the United States Mint to be able to release this coin that you see right there. Look at that spectacular colorization that you're going to have.
That's
now,
cool.
I've sold kind of colorized U.S. coins in the past, but it's aftermarket stuff. You have to take the regular coin, and then people do applique or whatever they do to it to make it colorized, more as a commemorative issue or something like that. But this is the very first time that the United States Mint has ever produced a colorized coin, is with the basketball coin.
So
and the $50 here has the basketball colorized. And I don't know how close we can get in on that, Suzanne. If you can kind of tilt the coin, the level of perfection in here is unbelievable. Because if you can get in really close and kind of tilt that coin on the obverse side, you can really see, almost want it to shine, kind of tilt it back maybe. You can see like the pebbles, if you've ever held a basketball. There's like pebbles in the basketball.
Oh, yeah, let me hold it. Hold on, now I know where you're going at.
And you can see that through the colorization.
Okay, that's so cool.
You see what I'm
talking
about right there? Every single, I mean, it is absolutely stunning in terms of the detail on into this. So that struck, and then you can absolutely see the basketball. When I saw this coin, it was truly spectacular. Then they colorized the rim, then they colorized the net. United States of America, it is the very first time, and if you notice, it's a curved coin.
Yeah.
It's only the third curved coin that's ever been done by the United States government. And so you had, and then, so here you have the very first colorized coin ever made by the U.S. Mint. So you would assume, given demand and everything else, they'd make, I don't know, because the normal, a normal commemorative dollar is 400,000 to $1 million in terms of mintage.
Right.
So you'd assume, since it's the first colorized coin, they'd do 400,000 or $1 million.
Right.
But in the half here, they did 75,000.
Total.
75,000 is the total number. Now, of those coins that were released first day through the Hall of Fame that you see right there, that number is not 35 or 75,000. That number is 3,500.
Because it was a very special release, right?
It was a special release, basically, at the Basketball Hall of Fame, Springfield, Mass., that you can see right there. The first day of issue, the special issue that you're going to have with that as well. Put all of that together, and the collectability of this, from just the basketball standpoint, of course, is fantastic. Okay, is fantastic. But now add in the colorization. Now add in the exclusive core, the basketball core, the exclusive Hall of Fame, the exclusive Naismith Private Collection, the exclusive August release, first day of issue that you're going to see up there. You see all of that stuff, and it becomes then truly, ultimately, insanely collectible, if you will, is what it really comes down to. And that's what we've got with this.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, too, for those of you who say, well, I've never collected get coins, but maybe you've got somebody in your life who loves basketball. Maybe it's a budding basketball star in your life. I just think it makes one of the most unique gifts. And then you have this rarity that's almost unheard of in the coin world. I mean, Mike, okay, give us an example of the first coin of anything the U.S. government's done, the Mint's done, and what it means today. Like, do you have an example of something like this?
Well, here's the problem. It's not just the first of a new coin. Any new coin, of course, is collectible and desirable on a level. But this is a whole new category. So it's not just, it's not just that they have a new coin. It's much like if the first time they released finishes. 1995. For the very first time, and this is even almost smaller in a way, the very first time that the United States Mint put a West Point mint mark on an American silver eagle. They made it proof and put a W mint mark on it. First time. 10th anniversary eagle, 1995. In this condition, that coin sells for $20,000 or $30,000.
Oh my.
That's just putting the W on it for the first time.
Right.
Okay, the very first time they did a reverse proof American silver eagle was 2006. That coin, when we sell it here today, we are looking at like, let me see, probably $1,100 to $1,300. Now that particular coin was a silver eagle, and they made 250,000 of those coins. Wow. So this coin is going to be, say, over 3 times rarer than that coin. It's not $1,100, not $1,300. It's $249.95. You put all of those things together, these first issues that they do, the very first time they do something. Now, for the very first time, the United States government has made billions and billions and billions and maybe even trillions of coins, certainly trillions of coins, over the course of its history. It's the very first time they put color on a coin. It's the very first time they put color on the coin. There is the shot that you want to see right there. It is really and utterly, amazingly spectacular. They have
the detail is insane in this.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Now, it's interesting, they also colorized the dollar coin. There's $75,000 coins as well, but the basketball's not colorized on the dollar coins.
No kidding.
That's why we focused on that. No, it's just the rim and the net.
Oh, that's crazy.
Just the rim and the net. Yeah, so they didn't colorize the basketball itself, which is why everybody is pushing towards and driving towards the $half. This has been by far the better seller of the two. Absolutely 100% headed for sellout because it is so phenomenally historic, so incredibly historic. Everybody is trying to jump in and be able to get this coin. And of all the releases of this coin, this is by far the most exclusive, most desirable, most collectible. Because usually you have one thing. Okay, it's first day of issue. Okay, this is first day of issue. Okay.
Right.
Then it's also first day. It's also Naismith Private Collection. Okay, exclusive.
Right.
Okay, also Basketball Court, exclusive. Also, Basketball Hall of Fame, where we can use the logo, exclusive, okay? So exclusive, 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 exclusive. So that's what we have, all of that, on top of the fact that it's certified absolutely perfect PR70.
Hey, I got to ask you that question too, Mike, because now that this is the first colorized, how did the grading go?
It went okay. That's the problem. That's why we have such a limited number. And today is almost assuredly going to be the last day it's available from us in this first day of issue Naismith Private Collection. Today is going to be specifically.
Now, and here's what happened was when we launched this, there was 2 airings, and we didn't even have these. They were not even physically here. We literally talked about it on a picture on hsn.com, and we sold out of the quantity we had that he brought in originally. He was able to bring in, and we only have about a little over 300 left. I mean, just to give you an update, I started with about 490 going into the show, and there's only about 300 left. So if you guys missed it last time and it's sold out, it never even was physically on the air. I, like you, am seeing this for the first time in real life. And so again, don't miss out on this. We've got the Flex Pay. You can get it at home right now. Take advantage of that and get it before it is gone, because now that Mike's got this last little bit left and he brought it back in for real, then we've got it for you tonight, but I don't think it's going to last long at all. All right, so Mike, I'm going to switch because we have something really unique, and this is same coin, but a different version of it. So let me pop these up.
It's the fly under the radar version.
Okay.
Is what we've got. So the United States government, they did the basketball coin when it came out, only a third curved coin when they came out. Of course, we had special editions and so on and so forth of all that. But what really happened is they released a couple different versions of this coin.
Okay.
And this is one that almost nobody knows about. Do you remember the rocket ship set that we did? Remember the little kitty set, the glow-in-the-dark rock that had the special Kennedy $50 that was one of the best-selling coins in the history of HSN and in the history of the American numismatic market?
Right.
Remember that coin?
Oh, I totally do.
Yeah. Well, this is the same thing in almost the same way.
No way.
The United States government made a kids set for basketball. And they made a special coin to go in it, which is this coin. It's a satin finish coin. It's a special finish coin. Remember, we're talking about first times that things happen? Mm-hmm. So this coin right here is enhanced uncirculated, and you can only get it in the kids set. See where it says enhanced finish. Now, it's historic in terms of it's the only way that you can get it. But here's the thing that takes it to an entirely different level. It's important in this year in the basketball series. But it is more important in the fact that the United States Mint has never made a special finish commemorative coin in its history. So you had the first colorized, now you've got the first enhanced finish or reverse, but you have no other. The United States government has been making commemorative coins since 1892. Huh. They have made millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of these of commemorative coins. Entire series of $50 from the beginning of the century. Some of the most popularly collected and expensive coins in the United States numismatica. It was all commemorative $50, but none of them have been anything other than mint state or proof until this coin. So it not only occupies this incredibly important position in this year's basketball coin, in the fact that it's also limited to only 75,000 coins. You'd think that the very first time that the Mint does something in its history that they would make it in large quantities, but they do not.
Right.
They do not. They made it in extraordinarily limited quantities, and only available in the kids set, and I have got it right here, certified NGC, SP70, absolutely, positively perfect.
And I know that always surprises you. Like last time when they did that rocket one, and you're just like, what? What? You threw this? You just happened to throw it into a kid's set? That was another kind of special surprise when you discovered that, right?
Oh, it was insane. When we got the coins, we always order a little bit of everything, right?
Right, sure.
Just to see, and we get the coin and go, wait a minute. This looks like it has a special finish, and it was proof-like. And the United States Mint then confirmed, it's proof-like. It's only available in the rocket ship set, and proof-like Kennedy $50 are almost impossible to find. And then they were all like that in the rocket ship set, and all of a sudden the rocket ship took off like a rocket. I mean, I think the original price on this was $9.95.
Oh,
and I think we sold out all the Kennedy $50 at about $200.
Wow.
Now, this coin right here, the United States Mint was extraordinarily proud of this coin, raising the price. I mean, it was ridiculously expensive, uncertified and ungraded, because they started. In a lot of ways, it's interesting. The United States Mint has started to realize when they make these rarer coins, they jack the price up pretty significantly. For the basketball, the colorized coins, they basically doubled the price on all the coins.
Wow.
From them. So, I mean, that's affected the price of the coins pretty dramatically.
Oh, I bet. Absolutely. And this one's curved as well, right?
Yes, of course, all the basketball coins are curved. There's only 3 curved coins done in the history of the United States Mint. This is one of them. But it is, and like I said, from a bigger standpoint, of all the commemorative coins ever made by the United States government, in their history, literally hundreds of millions, billions of coins in the commemorative dollar series, commemorative half dollars, commemorative quarters, all of that stuff. They have never done a special finish coin of any kind. It says right there, first enhanced commemorative. It says it right on the certification right there. So it's a basketball. It's not just enhanced finish 70. And these did not grade well, by the way. So this is the first enhanced commemorative ever done by the United States Mint that you're going to see with our nice little basketball label that you have right there, because it is still part of the basketball series. But then again, the first enhanced commemorative, the first special finish commemorative ever done by the United States government. It's truly spectacular. It is one of those things that is 100% could be the collectible, the basketball series, and to some degree, almost more so than the colorized, because it's falling between the cracks. Everybody's focusing on the colorized. Everybody's focusing on everything else. I mean, we're so busy. I would suggest hsn.com to get these, because our quantities on these are pretty limited.
Well, and I think if you're new to watching the show, you're like, oh, you know, they must bring in like, oh, probably 10,000 coins. No, guys, like, it's hysterical. Every time I get ready for this, well, number one, I never know what to expect in the show, because literally we've had people fly in coins specifically and brought them to the studio to get them on the air. So every hour when I do a coin show, you just never know what's going to pop up, right? Like, this is crazy unusual. It's the first time we're airing it. It's really a fun coin. But we have to understand is, in this world of coin collecting, especially when you get the perfect coins, they're really limited, like crazy limited. And so we'll never, other than our today's special that we'll do on New Year's Eve, and he only does one a year, that is the most we get of any coin all year long. So you have to understand, these are really rare. They're very unique. And Mike has such a close connection to the coin community that he can bring us these really niche kind of coins that you simply aren't going to find anywhere else. And I think, Mike, that's why this is such a fun show, because you should expect the unexpected every time you tune in to watch your show.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it comes down to. And even for vintage coins, I mean, forget about coins that have just been released. I mean, you know, how many times just before the show, all of a sudden, you know, somebody had called me and they, you know, I found, you know, 1,100 special silver dollars, you know. That were from an original bag, you know, 1,000 coins that are all generally and uncirculated $18.99 Morgan silver dollars, and we, you know, kind of get that into the show. You know, this is kind of, you can go to hsn.com. We have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of coins. Many of them never see the air simply because we don't have enough quantity.
Right, right.
And that's the biggest issue. People, it's not the selling of the coins, okay? It's the procuring of the coins. Finding the coins is really, in so many ways, the hard part. For us, we've developed so many relationships over the years with the grading companies, and also we have exclusive labels, we have exclusive offerings. So in terms of that, that's kind of a given. But at the end of the day, we still have to find the coin. There's a coin coming up here that's going to be sold by the United States Mint. They finally released the release date. It's November the 8th. Okay. They're doing a special American Silver Eagle with a privy mark. It has a cartouche on it, which is, you know, kind of the size, the measurements of a marking, a cartouche, of 1945 for World War II. Huh. Okay? That coin is going to, I don't know, sell out from the United States Mint in a minute.
No way.
Yeah, maybe less. 20 seconds. Wow. 1945. It'll be the rarest gold coin ever produced by the United States Mint. So if I get any, it will be on the secondary market. It's limit one per household. It'll be on the secondary market. If I get any on the air here, it'll be $20,000.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'll have maybe, if I'm lucky, I'll have 5.
Wow.
So once again, and like I said, I buy tens of millions of dollars worth of coins from the United States Mint every year. I get no special treatment of any kind on any of this. So we have to buy all of this stuff, in essence, on the secondary market, and this is part of what this is as well, this incredible limited edition. They only sell, you know, 1 per person or 5 per person. So we've, you know, if I have 500, I got to find 100 people.
Well, and here's what you don't understand, too, is Mike then has to have them graded. And then he has to reject a whole bunch of them because they don't grade the way he wants them to. You you know? So, and that's independent grading. He can't do it himself. So it really is a fascinating process to actually get on the air and get a coin here. And again, limited as can be. If you're thinking about this one, I love our flex pay on any of the coins. It's 3 flex, spread your payments out over 3 months. You get it right away, 30 days to love it, or you can send it back for your refund. More with Mike coming up, including a really unique story on a nickel and a penny. So stay right there.
I found it in Peru, China, Morocco, amethyst mine in the middle of nowhere. Every day's a new adventure. We go right to the mines. You can actually show people, okay, this is how it all starts. And every rough material you get is like opening a Christmas present. You're able to sculpt it, make it into something that's really unique, very special, very limited. And I think that that's what people love. They know the history of it.
Paris on HSN.
Our Happy Place cleaning products
are made with plant-based ingredients,
which means less chemicals in your house, which will make it a happy place. People think, can it work well?
And it does. We chose plant-based ingredients so you're not breathing in fumes. You're not putting as many chemicals where your kids and your pets are touching them.
There's a lot of great benefits to cleaning with our Happy Place products.
If we can get your home clean, that's what makes your home a happy place.
Here at HSN, we base our retail values on nationwide information. Retail value is an indication of the price you would expect to pay for the same or similar item elsewhere, not the price at which you would be able to sell the item. Prices do vary around the country, so ours might be different from prices in your area. For more information, call one of our customer service reps at 1-800-284-3900.
Hi, you're watching HSN. I'm Suzanne Runyon, and we're talking coins. We are one of the world's largest coin dealers, and it's because of Mike Mizek, who's my special guest, who's joining me over at Ziphone. And this next one's really neat, too. It's a very unusual combination. We're talking about pennies and nickels, and you're like, who wants pennies and nickels? They're so common. Not this. So what is this? It is the first ever RP69 West Point Mint, first day of issue, penny and nickel. And of course, there's a much more significant story behind it. We have 3 flex pays on it. I have 260 available, and then it's gonna be sold out. So this is extremely limited. So Mike, why this one? How did you find it, and what's the story behind it?
Well, it's not necessarily that I found it. It's just that the United States Mint released it. Okay. And it's so funny. You know, we knew that they were going to do the nickel from this year, and so they did the penny that you see up there from last year. So I literally, that's one of the reasons it's so rare. I had to reserve coins from last year. I had to hold those coins for an entire year to be able to do this set that you're seeing right here. Only 1,900. You see, 1,909 of these originally. Now we have significantly fewer. What do you have? 200 and something? You said is.
I had 260. I had 260 before I went on the air.
Yeah, that's all we have left out of the 1,900. So I reserved 260 of the pennies to go with the nickel from the first day issue that I've held for the entire year. So the United States government has never made a reverse-proof penny. The United States government has never made a reverse-proof nickel until last year for the penny and this year for the nickel. And they did not sell these coins. That's the fascinating part of this. They did not sell these coins. They only made these coins available if you bought something else. And the incidence of the reverse proof, it's the silver proof set. Now, the silver proof set, a silver proof set from last year and this year is going to cost you, with shipping and handling, about $125 or $135.
Okay.
Just to get we're $89.95 for the pair.
Right.
Okay, we're $89.95 for the pair. And that's all I have left because the reverse proof pennies are gone in essence, okay, in terms of from the first day of issue that we're going to have with this. And so these are two of the most desirable coins ever done by the United States government. I've got this tiny, tiny, tiny quantity of these that are available in in this first day of issue, and that's all I can do. Okay, there was 1,909 in the edition from last year. I reserved 250, 260. There was 1,300 of the nickels, of which I've reserved basically 260 is all that I've done for any of that. So all of that kind of crucially and critically important for you to understand the rarity of this coin, that it was not available singly. It was only available in essence as a bonus coin from the United States Mint. You had to buy the regular silver proof set, which is like with shipping and handling $60, I think $60 a piece or so with that. So you add that in, that's the only way to be able to get these coins. And these coins were obviously the most desirable coins of that bunch, is ultimately what it comes down to. Only 260 of those coins, only 260 of those coins.
Now, but
we have remaining.
But so, no, it's interesting because since you knew they were coming out with the 2020 nickel, you reserved your pennies last year and just held on to them to be able to make this unique combination.
Yes, that's correct. That's exactly what we're doing. And like I said, I just don't know how many of these we have left in terms of that, because the next item is actually the same thing, not in first day of issue. So you want to get these first day of issues, and I kind of want to stick with this before we go to the next one. This one really needs to sell out before we go to the regular issue, is ultimately what it comes down to.
Well, let me give you an update. We're about 200 left in this, so clearly it's super, super limited. There's not a whole lot of these. But again,
that's correct.
And let's talk about regular Joe Schmoes like me. We don't have access to these coins, do we?
Well, you would have access to the coin if you bought the proof set, but then you'd have to send it in and get certified. So now let's say you're $125 into the two proof sets. Okay, now you've got to send these coins in and get them certified. Now, because of the way they sent them out, remember in the little plastic baggies that they sent these out in, if you remember that they did that, even a 69 is incredibly high grade. Now, it's going to cost you about $35 a coin to get them certified. So now you're up to be able to get this pair, now you're up to about $200. Now, of course, with Annex first day of issue, you can't get that for any price because that's exclusive to us here at HSN. So now if you want Annex first day of issue, that's impossible to get through us. If and so you can only get it in essence on the secondary market, someone that would have bought it from us as well. And so you have the two reverse proof coins, the only reverse proof Lincoln, the only reverse proof West Point minted Jefferson nickel that you have. You have the pair, you have the reverse proof. You don't have to buy the proof set. You don't have to spend $60 or $80 or $100 certifying them. You get the whole thing, the coins in-house, in your hand, all ready to go, $89.95, not a piece. Not a piece, $89.95 for the pair, okay? Put all that together, and I mean, this becomes a collectible. It's one of these biannual, and that's one of the things that we can do. We're able to hold the inventory. I literally had to hold the reverse proof Lincoln inventory up there for over a year for me to be able to offer this pair in first day of the issue. Yeah. Now, I could do the non-first days because I can buy, 2019 silver proof sets on the open market. They're a little bit more, but I could still do these going forward. But the first day of issues are all from last year's issue for the penny, and then this year for the nickel, it was actually released a couple of months ago. And so what you've got is a unique opportunity to get the pair in that HSN exclusive first day of issue.
Okay, guys, now this is really limited, so we're going to move off of it right now. Just want to show you something else we have available. Hey, what's the differentiator between what I'm doing now and switching out to these other penny and nickel?
Well, like I said, these were just these are the same things, not first day of issue. So we'll just give everybody a kind of a really quick look at these. Okay. These are just more important in essence if the first day of issues sell out. the same thing once again in the RP69, first ever. That's the penny and the nickel. It's just not the first day of issue. Now, what this does is it lets you see the first day of issue. Well, one of the things that we've always said is we do first day of issue. We do it exclusively. Everybody else charges a huge premium for it. As you can see right here, the evidence of this is we absolutely don't. So the non-first day of issue is exactly the same price. So
but if you are going to get a pick, you want the first day of issue. So that's why if you're going to pick between these two, you absolutely should get these two. That's the one you want, is the first day of issue.
We're just anticipating the first day of issue to sell out, so we made the other ones
so we have these available.
In case you're not there for the first day of issue.
Right, so once these are gone, this will be what's left, and these are almost gone. So just want to give you a quick update. All right, Mike, so we're moving on. And again, you know, early on in the show, we talked about kind of how crazy this whole year has been. And we know it's crazy for a lot of different reasons, right? Well, one is you have to remember, and if you were watching earlier, when we're talking about the American Silver Eagle, it's changing next year. And this is seismic. I will use Mike's word. It's a really big deal that they're going from a design they've used since the very beginning, and now next year in 2021, it's going to be different. So if anybody can get their hands on the old one, the current one, basically, you want to get it. Well, because of that, and then you add a whole lot of craziness because of COVID, it's resulted in this emergency issue. And I think this is one of the most fascinating stories. And I love, 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 and you guys will also receive this piece of paper that comes with it. So Mike, explain what an emergency issue is.
Well, it's fascinating. So the United States government, of course, the 2020 Silver Eagle has been it's been insane. Everybody wants it last year of issue. They're changing the design in 2021. They're doing all that stuff. But because of the current events going on, they've not been able to keep up with demand. Well, then it got even worse. The San Francisco Mint had to shut down for 6 weeks, and then the West Point Mint had to shut down. And the West Point Mint is the mint that produces American Silver Eagles. They were so far behind, they just needed to do what they could to try to keep up with demand because they're so far behind. And so we heard that the sister mint of the West Point Mint at Philadelphia had made some American Silver Eagles, and they traditionally don't do that. They did that really one other time in 2015. They did some of these. It wasn't an emergency issue. They just kind of, did some down there. Those coins, those 2015 Ps in 69, I think are, $500 to $1,000.
Okay.
This coin, however, so we asked the Mint, did you make coins at Philadelphia? And given the fact that they have to tell us this, it's public information through the Freedom of Information Act, they sent a letter. And it's from the Department of the Treasury, United States Mint, Washington, D.C., dated April 27th, 2020. In light of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, the United States Mint has temporarily reduced production in its facilities in order to reduce the risk of employee exposure to COVID-19. The health and safety of the U.S. Mint workforce remains our highest priority. Typically, American Silver Eagle bullion coins are minted at the West Point Mint facility. However, due to the reduced production at the West Point Mint facility amid the coronavirus pandemic from April the 8th until April the 20th, 2020, the United States Mint at Philadelphia produced 240,000 American Silver Eagle bullion coins at Philadelphia. Not 240 million, not 24 million, not 2.4 million, 240,000 coins. You get a copy of this letter, by the way. So when you get this, we send a copy of that letter with it. So that you're going to get. So the only way to get these is you had to get, and it gives you, see down there towards the bottom, tells you the box number of the coins. If you can pick up that big green box behind it, that is the box, the sealed box that comes from the United States Mint. Remember, they do not sell those to the general public. You can only get these through what are called authorized purchasers. There are 500 coins in there, and there's the box number. We actually wrote that in there. They write it in a little different way. And that box number is 400,261 is what this box was. So it's one of those Eagles because it was 400,000 through 400,479. Those were the only boxes that were from this. So you have to send the whole box sealed.
The whole thing sealed.
To the grading company. Okay, there's straps, there's seals on there. And then they open it up and they certify it and certify the provenance that it is one of the 240,000 Philadelphia minted American Silver Eagles, because it does not bear a mint mark. It has to be denoted by the certification company itself. It has to be denoted by the certification company. That's the key to this. This has been, from its inception, the best-selling coin we have ever had on HSN in almost every level possible. We had Annex, Mint State 70, first day of issues, completely sold out. We had Annex, Mint State 69, first day of issues, completely sold out. We had NGC, Mint State 70s, completely sold out. We had NGC, Mint State 69s, we were completely sold out. PCGS 70s, sold out. PCGS 69s, sold out. ICG 70s, sold out. This is the only coin I have left. I have got a handful of the Mint State 69 ICGs. I believe that all 240,000 coins have already been certified. I believe all 240,000 coins have been certified, and what's made is made, what's done is done. It's already out there in the marketplace, and so now everything is on the secondary market. Everything is on the secondary market in terms of the emergency issues. They were done, like I said, because of the coronavirus pandemic. The letter explains it. You get the letter. Okay, understand, you get the letter with your coin to be able to do this, and that is of critical importance here. So you've got 2020 American Silver Eagles, the last year, certainly the last full year of issue of this design, of the heraldic eagle design that you see right here. Demand has been insane. I mean, it's been 200%, 300%, 400%, 500% higher than any other Silver Eagle that we have ever offered. I mean, from '86 until today, and I've been offering these coins for decades here on HSN. Understand it's once in a lifetime opportunity for 2020s, because by law they cannot change the design again for another 25 years. I will not be here in 25 years selling coins on HSN. I can tell you that right now. So it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It is the transition year. It's the legacy year. But that is all the 20, 30, 40, 50 million regular Silver Eagles, where there's this tiny microcosm of American Silver Eagles. This tiny little subset of 240,000 coins that are set off from those tens of millions of coins that were made at Philadelphia. They have to be certified. They have to be certified because they are not distinguishable otherwise, because the United States government attempts or intends for the American Silver Eagle to be homogeneous regardless of the mint that it is made at. And so because of that, you have to send the entire box into the certification company, and you've got to certify all 500 coins. It's of critical importance for you to understand what that is. And so that is exactly what you've got. That is the critical importance that you've got in this coin, and this is the last of everything that we have in the emergency issues. So these are your last opportunities. We had the Mint State 70s last week? I think the HSN price on those were $299 was the HSN price. I think the PCGS was $329. The NGCs were just, I mean, we sold every single solitary one of those out over and over, sold thousands. Of the 240,000 coins, I bet you we sold 10,000 of them here on HSN. They've been so phenomenally popular, and now we're down to the last bit of this absolutely historic coin in an absolutely historic year.
Well, and I think what's neat about this is, again, you're getting it on the story. Just the base story is the coin's changing next year. You always want the last and you always want the first. And I've said it, and you got to put it on your calendar. Join Mike and I on New Year's Eve, and you're going to be able to get the last right now and the first of the new one. And that bookend story is huge, 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 right? But what makes this so special special is the fact that there's no mint mark on it. And they have to go through this crazy process of sending this green box directly to the graders then they certify that yes, this was that unique story from the Philadelphia Mint. It's like almost like a treasure hunt, you know, where you're searching for this really unique little treasure and then boom, you finally find it. I love the fact it comes with a letter. I think that's so great. You actually get the full government story from the Mint, telling them exactly from the Freedom of Information Act, exactly what occurred. So now you even have the history behind how unique this is. And if you understand just the benefits of owning the last of a coin, that's a big deal. And then Mike, you add all these extra little hidden nuggets to it. That's why it makes this one so exciting and so collectible.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I love with that, is that it's this, you know, 2020 is going to be the year of the Silver Eagle. I don't think there's any until maybe 2021. But everybody's going to want those transition coins. They're going to want both coins, if you will.
Right.
And so this coin is just, like I said, this subset of collectability. And it's so tiny. It's so minuscule. It's so incredibly important to have one of these in your collection.
And what would you consider a pretty good amount of coins made, considering that you're calling this such a unique small subset?
Well, 240,000 of these. I mean, you know, the lowest mintage of a Mint State Silver Eagle is, I think, about, what, 7.5 million. So, I mean, you know, it's 15 times rarer than the rarest Silver Eagle. That was, what, I guess, 1996. Crazy. That coin in Mint State 70 sold for about 4,000 or 5,000.
All right. Well, Mike, I got to say goodbye to you. Thanks for a great hour. We loved having you.
You bet.
All right, stick around. You can see his entire coin collection on hsn.com. Thanks for hanging out with me.
I found it in Peru, China, Morocco, an amethyst mine in the middle of nowhere. Every day's a new adventure. We go right to the mines. You can actually show people, okay, this is how it all starts. And every rough material you get is like opening a Christmas present. You're able to sculpt it, make it into something that's really unique, very special, very limited. And I think that that's what people love. They know the history of it.
Paris on HSN.